RTDs, the global and the local, they're downtrending. So you actually don't want to, buy these extensions because we're downtrending. So let's have a look here. Can you take a look 1 hour time frame on USHF? Do you think it'll be a good idea to take entry on extension 1, extension 2? Let's see. So USHF, you can see it is on resistance. What are local and global, please? That's our trend detection. So this is a real-time trend detection. I guess you could call it indicator. It gives you the trend. So, and if there's no bulls, there's no need to buy. So what we need to see here is we need to see a break of this extension 2. All right, guys, welcome to the weekly Q&A. We do this every week, every Monday, 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Excited to have you guys here. What we do here is we answer questions about strategy mode, navigator, breakfree trading. Any questions you guys have around that, it's a good time to ask. So if you guys have questions, put them into the chat box and I'll do my best to try to answer every question. We got some exciting new developments coming up soon as well. So yeah, that's going to be good news once it comes out. It's not quite ready yet, but yeah, it's going to be, you guys will be excited to see those updates. Any questions? Put them into the chat. I got Bitcoin open right now. It's been quite the run here on Bitcoin. For the new people, if you just joined, so every week we do a weekly market review where I go through all the strategy mode trades available on Forex and equities. So if you're new and you're kind of thinking, what trade should I be taking? The weekly market review YouTube is a really good place to start. So usually every Monday morning, that's when it comes out. So yeah, I think today's is not published yet. That one's going to be live probably after this call it'll get published. So yeah, once you guys are done here, make sure to go check out the YouTube, subscribe there, and watch the weekly market review. Mostly I go through Forex and equities. If there's something on like commodities, I go through that too, but usually just gold, maybe some indices, but yeah, most of the time just Forex and equities. Awesome, welcome Mo. Happy to have you here. Yeah, if you guys have questions, put them into the chat. I was looking at EUD CAD at extension 1, 2 early today. It looks like the algo just updated, no longer there. So look, EUD CAD. So this was a strategy mode trade or X mode trade, Chris? X mode, okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks like we broke. So I'm guessing that those extensions were somewhere over here. Looks like we broke that level and it's now a neutral level. So yeah, that resistance got broken. If a resistance breaks, those extensions are going to leave. You can see local is uptrending. So you can see we're pretty bullish. So you can see we're making higher highs and higher lows, which is indicating a bullish market. So if we're in a bullish market like this, preferably want to look for buys. So even if you're approaching a strong resistance, you don't want to sell that resistance in uptrend. You want to wait for pullback, and then you can buy the pullback. Let's see if we got any new strategy mode trades that came out today. Your yen is still up. Yeah, we've hit over these last few weeks. We've hit quite a few trades at TPs. So usually what happens is, the market can't just move up and down all day. Usually when we get big moves, it'll consolidate for a little bit, and then eventually we're gonna have another big move. So we hit a lot of TPs in the last few weeks. So now what's happening? You'll see price consolidating. So you're always gonna get a big move, and then you're gonna get a consolidation after that big move, and then you're gonna get another big move. So that's why sometimes there's phases with strategy mode or even with your own trading, where you'll have really good trades, and then you'll kind of go into a slow phase where things are a little slower, just because the market needs to set up again. So every time there's a consolidation happening, it means the market is preparing for a bigger move. So from there, just set up your orders, with strategy mode, and just wait for it to get triggered. Nothing much you can do unless you can X mode, of course, if you want to trade the low time frames. But yeah, so like I said, last few weeks it's hit a lot of TPs. Now the market needs to kind of gain the liquidity, consolidate a little bit, and from there we're gonna have another breakout soon. I was trying to take extension 2 short, trade back to extension 1. So Chris, for those extension trades, you want to make sure you're going with the trend. So AUD CAD, was uptrending. You want to make sure it's downtrending when you look at those. Preferably you want to have local and global down. But if you can have either one, of course that's better. Or that's not. If you have both in your favor, that's the best. But if you can have either local or global, that works too. But yeah, you don't want to fight the trend. Regarding the X mode trade, I was looking at CHF GPY extension 2 on the 1 hour. Price got close to entry but didn't quite reach extension 2. Is that trade still valid? Also, what's the best RR for extension 2 trades? Let's have a look. CHF GPY on the 1 hour. So the daily looks quite bearish. So again, you can see both RTDs, the global and the local, they're downtrending. So you actually don't want to, buy these extensions because we're downtrending. So we're downtrending one, you want to look for sells. So what your entry here, would be, well, right now, really, there's no entry here. There's nothing to do here, really, because we're in a downtrend. We are sitting on a strong support. We can't buy this yet because there's no indication of any bulls whatsoever. And if there's no bulls, there's no need to buy. So what we need to see here is we need to see a break of this extension 2. So you want to see break of this extension 2, and then that's a trade you can take. So if you see, maybe a 4-hour kind of closing below this extension 2, then you can set a buy limit, sell limit on this level here, and then take it down. But you want to make sure that this is a full neutral level and there's no extensions in this area anymore. If that's the case, then you can start looking for shorts. But yeah, this is something we don't want to buy, just because we're really bearish right now. The trend is your friend. Always go with the trend. Kelly, have you looked into the dojo yet? Yes, 1.7 should work fine for extension 2. Okay, perfect. That was you. Yeah, I just did that today. Perfect. And I'll see you. Is that next week? Yeah, next week. Awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Looks like Uber is really taking off. Netflix short. It's going back at the TP. Beyond. Let's have a look. Crawling back to entry. This one didn't go back to our entry level. Maybe later. Bank of America didn't either. Might still happen though. Let's also have a look at Amazon. Yeah, Amazon is at the entry right now. Just kind of hovering there. Okay, who here just joined BFT and they're trading strategy mode? Is it who is here in first week or second week? How far are you in? Tell me what's your progress been like? Awesome. Joined first week. Joined a few days ago. Joined last week. Finished first week. Awesome. Yeah, so you guys joined at a time in the market. This has nothing to do with the strategy, just more of the market is where, like I said in the beginning, there's going to be times in any strategy where the market is, works really well with that strategy, and sometimes when it's a little slower. So right now with strategy mode, the one you're trading on the daily time frame, because we've hit so many TPs in the last few weeks, now the market is slower, so it's more consolidating, or at least that's what it looks like on the daily. So the market needs to kind of set up for bigger moves again, because it can't just go up and down all day. It needs to breathe too. So if you guys can't get too many trades into your kind of your demo right now because you want to test out the system, some ways to still kind of see how these levels work and how they function is if you just go into replay and you kind of just back test and then kind of see how X mode works. The strategy mode is not going to work on X mode on back testing, but you can see kind of how these levels work, how they change, how well they're respected. And if you have some trading experience, you're gonna love this. If you're new to trading, you're probably gonna have a harder time understanding this. In that case, just put on some strategy mode trades, and hopefully you can get entered. Again, some weeks you can get a lot of trades in 7 days if you're on a free trial. If not, then it might take a little longer. So yeah, don't. And I know some of you're concerned. You're saying price already hit my TP points. What should I do? The way our strategy works is, you're always going to be below the entry, or ideally. So if we look at, let's have a look, a cleaner one, maybe Euro Yen. So we look at Euro Yen, right? So you can say where they hit TP1, TP2 here. And that's exactly what we want to see. We want to see price always below our entry for short and above our entry for long. Because the way we enter is we kind of let the market come to us. So we got our orders sitting here, just like the institutions have, and we're waiting for price to come in here, trigger our orders, and then come down. So if you're sitting on TP1 or TP2, that's completely normal. The trade probably has played out once already, but you can take it again. So this is one of those trades where you might want to sit out on your yen. You can see this trade already played out a couple of times. So if we draw out kind of the boxes here, you can see this trade played out once here. So got the first entry, got the TP here. Second entry, got a TP here, and a TP3 here. And here we got another entry, and it's going into a TP now again. So this trade played out 3 times. If you take it for the fourth, that probability will be lower. The more repeated the trade is, the lower the probability will be. But there's some cases where we have taken trades, more than 4 times and it worked out fine. If you have taken trade once, you can take it again until it fails. But if this is your first time taking that trade, you don't want your first trade to be a loser. So it kind of an easy way to kind of avoid that is to not take trades that are too repeated. If you look at USCHF, this was a trade that we milked for weeks. So this was kind of the setup. We had our TPs I think our TP was kind of here, our TP1 and our TP3, our TP2 I think was on this level, and then our entries were here on this green level I'm drawing out. So with this trade we bought, I think this was like first time, so went in TP, you probably could have entered here again. So this was the second time went TPs. So this is 1, 2, and then we got another one, TP here, entry here, TP here, into here, TP here, and then the field. So this one we took 4 times, but in between you probably could have even had 5. So this could have here we had a couple of weeks. So 4 to 5 times you could have taken this trade, and here you can see it failed. So this is where it broke here and it went further down. And this was actually a trade too. So this short here, that was a trade we took as well. We got a TP2s here. It's gone now, but yeah. So just wait for new setups. Those are going to be the best ones. The ones that are repeated, you can still take them as long as it's not above, I would say, not above 2 times. For example, yen has already played out 3 times. It's a little too much if it's going to be your first trade. Okay, let's have a look at some of these questions. I'm not sure what I'm looking at with these symbols on the chart. Yeah, so just keep it simple. Turn X mode off when you're starting out. So you want to just have this on your chart when you start out. This is all you need. If you want to learn how to trade using X mode, what's actually behind these setups, that's where X mode comes in. It's the engine behind strategy mode. But if you're confused with X mode right now, this is all you need. Start getting comfortable with this, and then eventually you can start to turn this on, and then you'll slowly understand how this works too. You're not going to get it overnight, but the more you use it, the better you'll understand it. So it's basically gives you your trading range. So you always have your resistance, your support, and then your neutral in the middle, and it gives you the kind of the range to trade for the day. Yeah, that's what it is in simple terms. Let's have a look here. Can you take a look 1 hour time frame on USCHF? Do you think it'll be a good idea to take entry on extension 1, extension 2? Let's see. So USCHF, you can see it is on resistance, but again, like the other trades, local and global is up. So in this case, you're looking for buys. So you're looking for levels to buy. So levels to buy would be this, or this. Preferably, I'd be looking to buy. Well, this would be the reasonable one, just because you can see this has been kind of the level that's been respected. If we can get a deeper pullback, this level looks interesting. So again, the market sometimes has larger pullbacks, so that'd be a really good level to buy there. Sometimes what you'll see is if you have a consolidation like this and price wants to move further up like this, what you can have sometimes is a fake out. So sometimes price will fake out into a previous level below it and then go up again, just to fake out the retail buyers. So the people that are trying to buy price up, they fake him out by going to the previous level here, and then from there they start moving up. So that's another entry strategy with kind of the consolidations here. So once the entry has been passed and has been hit TP1, TP2, do we wait until it comes back to the entry again? Yes. So if TP1, TP2 hits, just wait for price to come back into the entry. So exactly what happened here on Euro Yen. You can see this here was a short entry. So let me turn X1 off just to keep things simple. So this here was an entry up top. This was an entry up top here. And you can see this was an entry with a TP here. And then price came back up, hit our entry again. From here went into our TP1, TP2, TP3. And then it came back up into entry again. And we hit TP1, almost hitting TP1 again. So yeah, if you hit TP1, TP2, TP3, if you hit any of these and you're out of the trade, you can set it up again. Or maybe let's say over here, you only got 1 entry or 2 entries. So because we're entering with 3 entries, you would still have 1 position left. So if you see, price going down with 1 entry, hit TP, then you can set up 2 more orders to go back to that 3 total, and you can take it again. So if you hit TPs, don't remove your pendings, just put them back onto 3 entries, or just keep 2 if you want. If you want to have lower risk on repeated trades, that works too. If you don't want to risk that much on repeated trades, and to kind of help you, make sure your loss when it does break, when a trade does fail, you can make sure that your losses are going to be smaller by entering with less positions. The more repeated it gets, basically. What are local and global, please? That's our trend detection. So this is a real-time trend detection. I guess you could call it indicator. It gives you the trend. So the global here, this is your macro trend. So global is for macro. It tells you what's happening on the big scale. So not today, not tomorrow, but like over the few weeks. Is it going to be an uptrend or downtrend? It's really good for strategy mode trades. The global is really good for strategy mode trades because let's say you're in a buy position, or let's say you're taking the short, right? You're taking the short, and for whatever reason, price goes above your entry. So now you're sitting in drawdown over here. Now the question becomes, do I move to break even, or do I let the trade play out? If the RTD, the real-time trend detection, is still saying that global is downtrending, then you should keep the trade and not move to break even. Now, let's say price is moving above your short entry and you're now in drawdown. The question becomes, do I move to break even? You check the global, and if global is saying uptrending and you're selling, then you can move your TPs to break even and then try to get out on a retest. Because these levels here, they're like magnets. Price will always, pull back to them. So if you get a break here, it can come back to this entry, retest it, and then go back up. So if it comes back for this retest here, you can try to get out at break even. So we would never want to close at a loss, here or here. We always want to try to get out at the break even on the entry. And if global is still down and price is above, never close it anywhere in between, because we've had many trades, and you can verify this if you just ask in the global chat. We've had many trades go above our entry, get very close to the stop loss, and then fall back right into a TPs. So this stop loss, it's at a point in the market for a reason, because it's this area here. It has a very high chance of reversing. So sometimes price can go very close to your stop loss and then reverse back either into your entry, so you can get out at break even if the trend has changed, or if the trend is still down, you can continue holding until it reaches your TP points. There was one trade in AUD/JPY I was in for a couple of days or a couple of weeks even, and I didn't get out the break even though my mindset, get out, you're in drawdown. But if you look at the facts, the global is still down. There's no need to get out. So those are some things that you can use to help yourself, get out of bad trades, stay in trades, etc. How and where can I get this indicator software? Andy, if you go to breakfreetrading.com, you can download this, or you can get access to this. The RTD should be available on the navigator if you already have a plan. But if you go to breakfreetrading.com, you can go through the week 1, week 2 training, and then use this as well. All right, guys, any other questions? What are the time frames to trade? So the strategy mode trades, they're only available on the daily right now. So these ones, they're only available on a daily time frame. So every candle here is 1 day. In a few weeks, we'll be releasing a new update where you'll be given trades also on 4 hour, 1 hour, and 50 minute. It's going to be coming soon. But yeah, this is only for the daily. If you do want to trade, let's say the 50 minute, you're gonna have to use X mode. So X mode is the engine behind strategy mode. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the video or the weekly Q&A for today. If you guys have further questions, you can put them into the global chat. Global chat is the community on Telegram. If you're not in there yet, make sure to join. You should find a link in your week 2 library. Yeah, and then over there you can send in your trades, you can ask questions, you can get feedback on your trades. If you're struggling, if you don't know what to do, it's a great place to ask for questions. We have a really good team there, really good community there to help you out. Will strategy mode also be available on lower time frames? I'm not sure what plans it'll be on, but yes, you guys will be given access to new trades on lower time frames. It's going to be a little different than strategy mode, but kind of the similar concept. Yeah, so that's going to be coming soon. Can't talk too much about it just because it's not public yet and we don't have a set release date, but yeah, you can keep an eye out for that. Cannot connect my navigator to broker. Patricia, please contact support team. If you go to the website, or if you still look at my screen, if you go to the top left here on this menu icon, if you click on that, and just click on support. That'll open up our support chat, and here you can ask questions. They're going to be able to help you out with that, with the broker. All right, guys, thanks for joining. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.